Zack Films is one of the fastest growing YouTubers at the moment, even beating Mr. Beast. However, since he grew so fast, it was a matter of time before someone tried to benefit from his success. On YouTube, there's a fine line between being inspired by a creator and outright stealing their content. Plenty of creators see something they love, take notes, and put their own spin on it, and that's how trends evolve. But then there are copycats. The ones who don't just take inspiration, but blatantly steal everything, hoping no one will notice. And every time a YouTuber finds success, these people will follow. Zack Films is no different. His signature animation style, fast-paced commentary, and deep research make his videos stand out. Most copycats crash and burn before they even take off. But one of them found a way to make it work, by playing dirty. The first one wasn't just some random nobody, it was a full-on team running a channel called Simply How. They saw Zack dominating the scene with his weird questions and decided to do the same thing. But before they could even get started, they hit a huge problem. Zack's animation style, although simple, took forever to make. And on top of that, each animation cost hundreds of dollars to produce. Desperate to keep up with Zack, Simply How hired 3 full-time animators. But even with a full team, their first few videos flopped, until they made one move that changed everything.
Now, during our research, we came across these 2 viral videos about how muscles grew. So we started chefing up, and after posting this video, it was by far the best performing in the first day, getting over 14,000 views. And as we kept letting this video marinate day after day, the views just started slowly climbing until on day 13, when it all went nuclear. 1 million, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million views after just 30 days.
That's when Simply How's creator Daniel Bitten made a bold move. Zack kept things clean and family friendly.
If you get poop in your eyeball, if you get a skin tag, some people think you can just rip them off yourself.
So Simply How went after the controversial topics no one else would dare to touch. Their topics were wild, crossing lines Zack never would. Simply How started posting videos with titles like, "Why do Asian people have small eyes?"
Have you ever wondered why Asian people have such small eyes? Well, they're actually the same size as everyone else's, but they look smaller because they have something called monolids. This is a type of eyelid shape where there is no visible crease, which makes it appear smaller.
And why are Africans black? Which sounded borderline offensive and were designed to make viewers curious.
Have you ever wondered why Africans are so black? Well, it's actually due to the intense sunlight they faced thousands of years ago. But in order to protect themselves from harmful UV rays, their skin evolved to produce something called melanin, and more of it meant darker skin.
The questions were simple, but the way they were framed made them impossible to ignore. And that one decision changed everything. Suddenly their videos weren't just getting views, they were going viral. The controversy drew people in, the curiosity kept them watching, and the algorithm rewarded them for it. Within months, Simply How skyrocketed to 800,000 subscribers, raking in over hundreds of thousands of dollars per month from ad revenue and sponsorships. Daniel Bitten and Simply How had cracked the code. While Zack stuck to clean, well-researched content, Simply How doubled down on shock value and curiosity gaps, creating videos that people couldn't help but click on. If Simply How was the strategic copycat, carefully studying what worked and refining their own version, Snap Facts was the blatant thief, cutting every possible corner to cash in on Zack Films' success without doing any real work. They didn't just take inspiration from Zack's content, they outright stole it. Their process wasn't clever or strategic, it was as lazy as it gets. Snapfacts just downloaded Zack's videos straight from YouTube, flipped the footage in an editing software to make it seem like his own, and slapped on an AI-generated voiceover to avoid using their own voice. At first glance, their videos might pass as legitimate, but there was one glaring mistake. They forgot to remove Zack's watermark.
If you accidentally swallow a tooth,
it travels down your esophagus and into your stomach.
Then powerful acids and enzymes start breaking down the softer parts of the tooth, like the pulp.
However, the enamel is more resistant and might not fully break down.
Next, the partially digested tooth moves into the small intestine,
where it continues to be broken down by bile and digestive enzymes.
Finally, any remaining fragments are passed through your digestive tract and excreted with waste.
It was still there in every single frame, just mirrored. Anyone paying attention could immediately tell what had happened, but that didn't seem to bother them and they kept posting. And while the Snap Facts never built a real audience, their approach had one undeniable advantage. It was nearly free. With zero production costs, even pulling in just a few thousand views per upload meant pure profit. But here's the thing. While most YouTube viewers could instantly recognize them as a knockoff, not everyone could tell. Casual viewers, especially older audiences unfamiliar with Zack films, had no reason to question where the videos came from. To them, Snap Facts looked like just another interesting channel popping up on their feed, and that's how they managed to rack up over 300,000 views without creating a single original piece of content. It was a shameless low-effort hustle, but in the strange world of YouTube, sometimes even the most ridiculous strategies can find a way to work, at least for a while. And while they were not the only ones doing this, the copycats who profited the most of Zack's content were TikTok scalpers. These guys didn't just steal clips, they re-uploaded Zack Films videos as it is, flooding TikTok with his content across hundreds of accounts. No editing, no effort, just pure spam. And the wildest part is that it worked. Some of these pages were pulling in millions of views in content they didn't even make. The algorithm kept pushing their clips. Casual viewers had no idea Zack was the original creator, and these scalpers were racking up ad revenue, sponsorship deals, and even selling their stolen accounts once they got big enough. For a while, the scalpers seemed unstoppable, but then it all collapsed. TikTok rolled out a massive crackdown, wiping out dozens of these accounts overnight. Suddenly, all the easy money was gone. And just like that, the TikTok reposting hustle of Zack Films videos was dead. But in the world full of copycats, when one scheme dies, another one quickly takes its place. These days, copying Zack Films isn't just a trend, it's an entire business model. There are Discord servers and YouTube tutorials dedicated to churning out Zack-style videos at a large scale. Now, while there are some creators putting in the effort, most of these are a knockoff factory. Except there's no human effort involved. AI writes the script, AI generates the voiceover, AI even animates the characters. And somehow, some of these AI-generated knockoffs are actually pulling in views. They might not have Zack's creativity or storytelling, but for an average viewer who doesn't care about the efforts or originality, these videos look close enough.
Did you know? Even a bullet can't pierce a concrete wall. A typical 9mm bullet, one of the most common pistol rounds, travels at around 1,200 feet per second, faster than the speed of sound. But speed alone isn't enough to break through concrete.
With so many people trying to leech of his success, Zack has finally decided to fight back. A YouTuber recently got an email from Zack Film Society, issuing a clear warning about using Zack's content without permission. The message was clear. They had been monitoring the channel and found Zack's content being used without permission. While they considered it a naive mistake, rather than outright theft, they requested the videos be removed or the upload stopped. Even though Zack chose not to issue a copyright strike, he made it clear that it was still an option. And this wasn't an isolated incident. More and more Zack Film copycats are getting shut down. Zack isn't just letting this slide. He's making sure people can't profit of his work without consequences.